And welcome back to the restaurant show. With me now is Rob Grether of Dashelito's Hot Sauce. How are you, Rob?
I'm doing great.
Seen you on the restaurant show for a full year now, and I think this is the first time that we've actually maybe shared a screen together, I guess.
It's good to be next to you.
Well, good. So what are you making for us today?
Well, I thought I would give people an idea of what it takes to actually make a hot sauce.
Okay. So this is a hot sauce. I mean, this is the one that you're kind of start to demonstrate. We don't have time to do the whole thing, but this is the one that you're doing today. You made this kind of on a whim last night.
Well, you know, last night was the second time I tried to make it.
Okay.
The first time I made it about a month ago maybe, and I went into the kitchen with the idea in mind that I wanted a blueberry hot sauce. So, you know, I didn't really know, there aren't that many sauces out there that make, you know, that use blueberries for hot sauce. I just thought it sounded really good.
Okay, all right.
So, you know, I went into the kitchen one night, my commercial kitchen. I do all my work in a commercial kitchen. And I took some blueberries, I took some habaneros, and I took some Miller High Life. And just kind of went from there. You know, the base of hot sauce is vinegar.
Okay, that's good to know.
You know, just so people, you know, in case they don't know, I'm using an apple cider vinegar.
Okay.
That's kind of where you get your acidification from.
Sure.
You know, you need your sauce to be at least below a 4.0 pH so that it is acidified and it's shelf stable, that sort of thing.
Now, in order for somebody to, like if somebody wanted to make their own hot sauce and let's say sell it, you know, I think there's a licensure certification that you need to have in order to be able to lawfully to do that.
Yes, sir, that's correct. I am an acidified foods processor. Okay. Which means I went through a class, went through a testing certification that shows I know what I'm doing with acidification. Okay. You know, part of that is I have a pH meter. Okay. That allows me to test the sauces that I make before I make them, you know, before I get them certified, that sort of thing. And then every time I make them in the kitchen, I have to test them with this meter. Okay. All right. Yeah. So
whip that out for us, would you?
That's the meter itself.
Okay.
We've also got, we calibrate it using a 7.01 pH solution and a 4.01, which kind of helps you to show that the meter is working, calibrated, so that you're able to get an accurate reading.
Sure, that makes sense.
With something like this, I would take this, I would put it in a cup with some distilled water, make a slurry, and then I would have this calibrated. I would test it. This is going to test out to about, knowing the sauce now because I've done that, it's going to test out to about a 3.75, 3.8, which is
right where you want it.
That's correct.
So you've got the apple cider vinegar and the peppers in there right now. Are there any other, have you added anything else?
I haven't. You know, the base of this sauce is going to be some blueberries and habaneros. Like I said, that was the only thing I really knew I wanted. Sure. So I mixed those all together, and then from there, I kind of thought about what I would like to see for flavors, you know. So ultimately I added some honey. Ooh. You know, I had a measurement of that, but I'm going to put a little bit of that in there. Okay. You know, blueberries themselves are not really that sweet.
Right, no, that's true. So if you want that sweetness, you got to add something to make it that sweet. Where do you kind of come up with these ideas? I mean, you think, I don't have a blueberry hot sauce yet, so I'm going to make that. Is that just kind of?
That's exactly what it was. Okay. You know, a lot of times I just everything I make, I like. Yeah. You know, all my different varietals. You know, I like those sauces. I've created those because they sounded good to me to eat and to have for, you know, a hot sauce. Okay. You know, like right now, this blueberry, just, you know, I had like a blueberry barbecue sauce, and I thought, wow, that's really good. And then I thought, how about a spicy blueberry barbecue sauce? And then I said, well, I'm not really a barbecue sauce maker. Maybe start with a hot sauce and then make a barbecue sauce. Okay. You know, like I had some jerk the other day, like Jamaican jerk. Sure, yeah. And I was like, oh, that was great. Maybe a cherry jerk. I also like the fruits. I like the sweet stuff.
Sure, yeah.
So I actually went in the kitchen. I'd never tried to make a jerk sauce. You know, a lot goes into that with the different cinnamons and, you know, all-spices and, you know, that sort of thing.
My favorite Dashelito's is it's the sweet jalapeno that you have.
The sweet heat.
The sweet heat. That's definitely my favorite.
You know, I had a friend who had an acre of land, had an acre of jalapeno plants growing. Got to the end of the season and he said, hey, I've got all these extra jalapenos. Do you want to go harvest them? and a lot of them weren't ripe enough to use in production for some of my already, made sauces. So I thought, what am I going to do with these kind of awkward, not quite right jalapenos? And then I thought, I like the sweet, I like the spicy, I like kind of even a little salty. So I kind of came up with that because of that.
Okay, all right. Now, how long does this have to cook? Do you have to bring it to a boil?
So this is going to boil. I haven't added everything because I'm not going to show everybody my trade secrets as far as what's in here.
Well, yeah.
But I will say, honey and brown sugar, those are both in there. I've got a good soy sauce. I'm really careful when I add things that are pre-manufactured by other people. Because A, you want to make sure you know what's in there, you have to disclose that. So this being a great one because it's really just, organic soybeans, wheat, salt, and some water.
Okay.
So, some of them get a lot of stuff in there.
Right.
I don't want corn syrups. I don't want anything like that. So basically we're going to add all these things together.
And then we're gonna mix.
We're going to take our blender. And we have
I have a blender here.
You do, do you?
Yeah, I sure do.
Well,
here. So
that's what we're looking for.
Okay, so I got to press this button. Wait a second.
Don't aim that thing at me.
Okay, so I got to press this button and then this. So should I maybe not a good idea. Don't try that at home, kids.
So this is a spectacular blender, but before we run out of time, let's give Justin a chance to try what we have for sauce.
Oh, you're just going to make me take a teaspoon of it?
It's going to be great. You're going to love it.
Those of you who didn't see the last time Rob was here and I tried some of the hot sauce, you'll know what this means then.
Blueberry habanero. We're calling it blackout sauce, maybe.
Ooh. Yeah.
Sweet.
Not what I was expecting, but really good.
So it's kind of sweet,
Really
kind of spicy, and put it over some ice cream?
Yeah. You into that kind of thing? Sure. Well, Rob Grether from Dashelito's Hot Sauce, pleasure as always. And don't go away. There's more restaurant show coming up right after the break.